Incredible. Whew. Joshua, explain what we have here.
We have 2 pieces of sulfur or brimstone, which we found at Gomorrah.
This is pretty big.
It is.
This is the place of Gomorrah, down by the Dead Sea, which is over there. And looking at these straight lines, and the swirls that you can see in the ashen remains over there. Some people say that that is to do with the fervent heat that came upon the place when it was destroyed suddenly. But, you know, very, very wicked things going on here in the Bible, talking about not only the sexual deviance and the sexual side, but also the sins with the angels, which seems to be something that was going on there in Genesis. And how many have you got of these?
Quite a lot, but here we've got probably about 30 or...
Let's see. They are huge. They are huge pieces. Considering the Bible describes this as being once like an Edenic area, you see nowadays it's just completely dead. As we are told happened to this place that was judged. Today it's completely dead. Nothing is growing here. The whole thing is like sponge. And I really want to find one of those sulfur stones before the sun goes down. I really want to find one of those stones to show you. That is not a normal shape. That doesn't look natural at all. That is definitely seems to be a man-made shape. And is this not enough evidence for people to find all of these man-made looking structures, ashen remains, crumble in your hands, in the location where we're told in the Bible as evidence of God's judgment, as described by Josephus, historian, but then also finding circular, almost pure sulfur balls in the middle of the ash, in the middle of the walls and the shapes of the buildings. Is this not enough evidence for us to see that God is a just God? Because sin requires punishment. Sin brings on the wrath of God, and this place is the evidence of the wrath of God, a holy God who is righteous and true. And this place was very rebellious, and not only went into sexual deviance and other deviances, but was also a place that was going into the spiritual abominations, much like we see written about the mark of the beast and the hybridization and the merging with the fallen and all of these things. So this seems to be a place that was going into that and received absolute annihilation, turned to dust, with fire and brimstone that rained down from heaven. The brimstone is still evident in these ash structures, still evident, pure sulfur, and I believe has been studied and checked and found to be almost entirely pure. Some of the purest, if not the purest, that you can find in the world is in these ashen remains. Come on, folks, let's turn to the Almighty God. Okay, with this piece of sulfur that I managed to find, I'm now going to burn it and see what happens. Here we go. Oh, it hits the back of your throat.